Hello everyone. Mm, this is the first time that I've been trying to do this, and it's been a long time I wanted to do, but well, forgive me. This is the first time I'm doing it. Let me not speak much, and let's just start with what I want to do. That is what this chapter, transport in plants, right? I want to start with this chapter, transport with plants, because everyone has studied a majority of chapters, but what I myself feel is that this chapter is like no one likes this chapter to read very much, but I never felt it during my own preparation. So let's see. I will try to make it as easy as I can for you. So let's start with the basic thing that what is the difference between short distance transport and long distance transport? That's right, short distance and long distance, right? And long distance. What is that shape? Anyway, let's start with short distance and long distance transport. Take my open. Yeah, student span. Very good. So, what is short distance transport? Short distance transport basically occurs between one cell and the next one, or within the cell, or within one cell itself, that is within a cell. Very well. And it involves some processes, and let's list those processes. It involves three processes, and to name them it would be sorry, let's just number them. Why not? Yes, I will number them. So number one is cytoplasmic streaming. Number two, active transport. And number three is diffusion. Yes. Now, long distance transport also has another name. It is called, no, I'll write it in, let's say white, I'll write it in white. It's also called translocation. Translocation. It is also called, Acha, please keep those terms in mind, and it is very important. So where do we get to see them? It occurs within the xylem and phloem. All right. And to quote NCERT, the definition, the exact definition will be: it takes place with the help of mass flow or bulk flow. Takes place with the help of mass flow or bulk flow, in which the substances okay guys, I will be highlighting the keywords. All right, substances either in solution or suspension. Okay, let me just go down a bit. Solution or suspension gets swept away, and in NCERT is written just like in a flowing river. All right, so let me just highlight what you need to very minutely see in suspension or in solution. I'm sorry, in solution or in suspension, right? So, and this one, this is all very important. Okay, so now let's go to some very important difference that if you guys have studied anatomy of plants, obviously you will know it, but still, since we are doing this chapter and it is very much related to this chapter as well, so why not do it here as well? So transport, and what I'll write, you can also note as these are all verified informations. All right, it is written in our very beloved NCERT. So this is not extra, this is not too much, this is what is needed. As you know, in our exam, and NCERT is the Bible. So what is written in NCERT is given the first preference. Whatever anyone says, please don't follow. Please see that you always do your NCERTs first and then any other reference book that is as per your wishes. All right. Transport of water minerals within the xylem elements is unidirectional. That is upwards, which means that it is, wait, let me just highlight this. Unidirectional, which means that it is upwards. From where to where? That is from root to top of shoot. From root to top of shoot. Yes. And transport of food influence. Usually is downward. Usually downward. But maybe upward. Can you tell me when are these two cases? Let me just see. You can always question yourself while reading. I think that this habit is very good. Let me just tell you. When it is downward in normal condition, right? Yes, this is the normal. But when it is upward, let's just see this direction. You're right, it is, and this is the normal. That is, food gets photosynthesized. It means food gets prepared in the leaves. That is the photosynthetic elements of the plants, and then they're transported to all the parts of the plants, including their perennial, means their organs of perennation. For example, their fruits. All right, but let's see when it is upward. It gets upward during the growing season. During growing season, when large number of when birds eat up. All right, and minerals. Let me just go down. Also minerals. Minerals present in old tissue. By the way, this is present. All right, present in older tissue may get donated to the younger tissues. Also, can you tell me for which cases this is applicable? If I'm not very mistaken, then as per NCERT, readily mobilizable elements. elements that are readily mobilized, right? Follow this pattern, right? And if anyone asks what is the example of those, then you will see that at the end of this chapter, these elements are written. And I want to add an extra. Let me write that in red. And I will also tell you that this sulfur is kind of controversial, right? This sulfur, but this is all written in NCERT. And this is the one that is extra, right? You have to know this. And since we're doing this, let's also know what are immobilized elements. Let's say it's calcium only. All right. It says an example of it is calcium. We'll just keep it to that, like, right, keep it simple. Thus, what is the conclusion that we can draw from all the discussion above is that the transport of minerals and food is multidirectional transport. Is what? Multi-directional. This is from directly from NCERT, right? Don't forget your NCERT. NCERTs are very much important. So that is just as gist, this is what I am doing here is just as gist. It is just the starting of the chapter. Now let's proceed, right? Shall we? Now what everyone is waiting for is these steps, right? Let's start with the very basic, that what is chemical potential? Water potential and all those. What is chemical? What is this term known as chemical potential? Chemical potential, you can check, this is out of NCERT, please see to that. What is chemical potential? If I have to say myself, it is the free energy of 1 mole of substance. Free energy of 1 mole of a substance at NTP. Alright, and defines the ability of substance. And what does it define? It defines chemical significance. Means what is its significance? It defines the ability of substance. The ability of substance to move or react. Guys, these are very basic, so I'm going a bit basic. Like, knowing this much little extra won't hurt anyone. And let's go move on to our next definition, that is water potential. All right, so what is water potential? This is important, right? So it is the free energy of 1 mole of water. So just like above, we can write that it is the free energy that is possessed by 1 mole of water at what condition? Normal. NTP, normal temperature and pressure. Or from the above definition, we can conversely say that it is the chemical potential of water, right? Since this is water, right? Since this is free energy of 1 mole of a substance at NTP, means defines what? Chemical potential. So we can conversely say that this is the chemical potential of water is what? Water potential. So let's go blue and let's swipe down a bit and let's start. The molecules of water Let's start. Let's state a fact of this is that pure water has maximum kinetic energy, and by convention we take it by convention we take that for pure water at NTP. This is a bit extra, but you should know that it is not STP, not standard, but it is normal. All right. So for pure water at NTP, psi W, that is water potential, is taken as 0, which is what? The maximum value. Right. This is the maximum value and not anything. Now, what are the units of psi W? Psi W units. Right. Let me just rub this out. Units of psi W are the units of pressure. Alright, this is might sound surprising, but it is just the unit of pressure like bars, pascals, etc. Alright, so now let's go for a solution. Means, solute potential on all those. Let's study all those. And here I would like to quote some different thing that it was asked. It is just, oh wait, no, let me do that. I will do that, but after this, okay. Now for a solution. Now we just learned that what for pure water, right? We just learned that, let me use this, right? For pure water, that it is 0, right? Now what happens if we have a solution? Now let's say we have a solution. So our next heading will be for a solution at NTP. For a solution at NTP. I just said that psi W of pure water is 0. But what about psi W of a solution at NTP? You might ask. So psi W of a solution at NTP is nothing but psi W at that case becomes equals psi S. That is what? Solute potential, right? And for a solution under pressure, or we can also, like, this is the condition for what? For a living plant cell. Inside a living plant cell, the solution is also under pressure, and means it is also solution and it is also under pressure. So what happens in a living plant cell? Then in case of a living plant cell, we can define psi W as psi S plus psi P. Alright, pressure potential. Now, the most common, let me use red, the most common values for psi S is inside a plant negative. Alright, and for psi P, it is positive. Inside a plant, alright, for a plant cell. For a plant cell. This is not really needed, so I'll just rub that out and I'll not write it, but here you go. You can write this, that this is negative for a plant cell, right? Now, the thing that I was asking means I was saying that you can keep it in a third bracket because it was asked a long time ago in AIPMT. Right. That don't ask the reason because it is not reason based but a factual question. That xylem sap and phloem sap, what is the pH of the xylem sap and phloem sap? If you know the answer, you can just pause the video, and you can answer yourself and see if you are right. But let me write: xylem sap is acidic and phloem sap is basic in nature. This was asked, I guess, in 2007, 8, or means it was asked long before. I don't think that it is required, but it just might be. You never know, right? So let's just do a small graph here. Let's do a small graph. I'm sorry for my lines. Wait, I think I can do a bit better. Let me just rub it off. What am I doing? Sorry. Now all that I've written, right? Let's just do a small graph of that. All right. I don't know if anyone has done it like this, but let's take this as 0, right? And let's take this as shy w. All right. So I will do 3 boxes. And I'll write 3 conditions, right? Please, if you're writing it in a copy, please write with some bit care that you may remember it. All right. This might help you. What I've done in the top, I'll just write it as that pure water means this value of 0. When is shy w0? Pure water at NDP, right? Now when it is positive, this is positive, right? And this is negative. So when it is positive and negative, pure water plus applied pressure. And when it is negative, solution at NTP, no pressure, all right? So it is so what can we infer from this graph now? What can we infer from this graph? We can infer that psi w can have 0 value. It can also have positive values, and it also can have negative values. Right, this is the inference. Let's move on. If you're doing this, please copy it. Thank you. You can pause the video, right, and just copy. So now let's do some, what to say, extra info. Now remember that, let me use this. No, remember we had written that psi w is equals psi s plus psi p. Well, you might be surprised, but actually there are 2 more terms. All right, that is also known as psi m, that is matrix potential, and psi g, gravitational potential. But we actually ignore it. Psi m matrix, psi g gravitational, matrix potential. I will define them for you, and gravitational potential. Now, have we? No, I don't think I have. So let's see what is the definition of psi s. Shall we? We will read all the 4, but please stress more on psi s and psi p, those 2. All right. So what is it? It is called. Let me use this pen. And thank you. So it is called solute or osmotic potential. Solute or osmotic potential, right? It is called solute or or osmotic potential. So how can we define it by the earlier means? You can write it from there. That is a decrease in free energy of pure H2O due to addition of solute particles, right? Decrease in, this is, wait, give me a second. Decrease in free energy of pure water due to addition of solute particles. into it. All right, this is it, and it is always negative. This is no. Sure, I'm sorry for this, but it is sunny. And now let's move on to the second definition. It is always negative. All right, I write negative like that. So number two is shy p. What is the name of shy p, right? It is called pressure potential, nothing flashy. Pressure potential, right? And let's go then. It is the effect of pressure on free energy. Of pressure on free energy of pure water and all those you can write. All right. So it is usually positive. Now there are two constants, right? This is NCERT. Please focus. It might sound not like NCERT, but it is NCERT. So it is usually positive. Right, it is usually positive, but is negative, but may be negative. And when it is negative, I will surely write. Have you heard pulling, transpiration pull? Yes, xylem vessels. If you have got it correct. Xylem vessels of transpiring plant, so respiring, negative potential. And it also happens in plasmolyzed cells. All right, in the incipient. Now, I think this might be a bit too much, but plasmolysis has three stages, and in the two stages in the incipient. When we come to plasmolysis, I will I will write about those three stages that I'm talking about. But for now, you can also sideline this, not like it's not very important, but it's just a fact. All right, so I'll keep it at that. And now let's define what is matrix potential and what is gravitational potential. Oh, sorry, what is happening? The off was 08. I'm sorry, I'm not really means I'm not fully compatible with what the settings is. I have just started today. Yes, this is the first time I'm trying this out, so thank you for your patience. And let's, without any further ado, let's just do what is our number three, that is Cheyenne matrix potential. Now this I will be clearly that this is value is negligible. Okay, it is effect of dry surface effect of dry surfaces that bind tightly, but its value negligible. And last but not the least, yes, please don't study too much of these, and you can search on Google and you will get a hefty answer, but I don't think that is needed. So Psi g, that is what gravitational potential, right? And what is gravitational potential, you might ask? It is the effect of gravity on free energy of H2O. Effect of gravity on free energy of H2 at NTP. You can write that by yourself. And the thing that makes it more is that its value is negligible, right? Its value is negligible. It is the same. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm sorry. Yes, negligible value. Let me just write that is very less hassle. Okay. so its value is negligible. So let me just go back to here. I told you everything of shy s, shy p. These are the two that you need, and you can just keep them in the sideline because you will see what I'm going to do. You see, I have this is the extra info, right? And I have said that shy w consists of shy p, shy s, shy p, solute potential, pressure potential, matrix potential, and gravitational potential. Now these two have negligible values. So to be more precise, negligible. So we can actually write this, means this psi w formula mostly as this one. Okay. So what you need to remember is this formula and not that one. I don't know what is this. So what you need to know is this formula, right? And not this. This is just extra. I don't know if they will ask ever, but if they can, I'm sure you guys will be able to know. All right. And I don't think these are too heavy. That's why I'm saying if I don't feel they're very heavy. So let's see what we have studied till now. Well, we have gotten a very basic approach, right? And I'm writing crooked, whatever. So let's continue some more. All right, I won't make the session too long. Let's see how much we have. Oh my god, half an hour. Okay, I'll just stop this and I'll make part two. All right, thank you. I'll see you in the next one.